fight Nicolas, I think it was, and was not able to. Nicolas proceeded on, and this could be the rematch. This is literally another player from NA that can stop these twins.
This is literally, it's just been like South America versus X every single match here to make it into top 8. But yeah, this is a huge run back. I mean, the stakes are even higher than the previous one, than the one at Combo Breaker. Han Rashid, of course, like you said, coming from SoCal. Me, of course, coming from SoCal as well. I've been, hanging around Han since his start playing fighting games. I mentioned it earlier, but his old tag, Fighting King, which I'm going to bring back for a moment here, back in the Injustice 1 days. But it's so great to see him do really well, even though he's absolutely still a troll. But of course, I've got to root for him. I'm unbiased. I think that the storyline with the twins is the greatest thing that we've ever had in MK11. But I got to give some love because SoCal has been not placing so well. Han trying to change that. I mean, already, of course, making that minimum I guess 9th. So that's already a truly amazing thing. I guess he would make minimum 9th. So the question is, what will the matchup be? Of course, playing Fujin as a main for Han, I would say somewhat of a disadvantage against either of the twins since they both play Fujin as well,
Yes.
which means that they both have perfect training partners that also use Fujin. So I want to know what the pick's going to be.
Nicolas is also one of the twins that uses Cabal quite often. I think I've seen Nicolas more on Fujin than Cabal, but again, that's another character that can really contest against Fujin's air-to-airs. So this is going to be interesting. It could start off as a mirror match. It could start off as pretty much understanding what's going to happen here for these two and whether or not they need to adapt or change characters. We definitely know that Han Rashid is a Fujin loyalist. I don't think I've ever seen him even think about switching to another character. So we're pretty sure that he's going to stay on the Fujin, but it's really Nicolas who's going to be trying to find a way to take down Han Rashid's Fujin.
Yeah, I think he made some sort of weird switch to like Liu Kang or something, which was his previous main in some major, and I was like very salty. I was like, why are you doing that? Just switch back. But I expect that we're going to see Fujin the entire way through, and that would be wild if we saw 3 Fujins in a row, basically. Just kind of goes to show how strong the character is. The character, I think from release, everybody knew how strong Fujin was, but not the easiest character to play. And I say that, and it's kind of an understatement. So it's taken this long, and it's cool. It's so cool, I think, in my opinion, that we've had this game in its stable state for this long of a time, and we start to really see players figure out all these characters in such a strong way. And Fujin, I think, is one of the ones that have benefited the most from that, and these Fujin players, of course. But, when you run into another one in a match to make top 8 at EVO, then you kind of think maybe not so much of an advantage. But, again, who will it be?
So commentators get a little bit of a sneak peek before the viewers at home.
I wasn't looking.
It looks like it's going to be a Cabal versus Fujin matchup.
Oh.
Something that I definitely am excited because I kind of feel like this is where we're going to see Han Rashid get tested to the fullest for this matchup.
Well, you called this completely. You were 100% correct on what the matchup was going to be. But yeah, I'm kind of glad we're not seeing the mirror. That mirror can be a little bit wacky, but we might see it a little bit later. However, there's still a high-flying mirror, let me tell you. Wow, wake up! That was a punish, too. That was a delayed wake up spin that punished the back two that was supposed to be meaty. That is how well Nicolas knows this matchup. That is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really crazy because I think that's based on what I've seen some of the past matches. Nicolas and his brother do sort of those weird, I wouldn't say weird wake-ups, but it's the unexpected that really catches players like Han Rashid off guard, but a nice low to try to avoid the projectile, but still Nicolas just waking up and sealing that first round.
Yeah, that was a statement to make in the first round. Yeah, this is going to be so hard. I mean, like I said, so much matchup knowledge. Wow. That was a terribly flubbed punish. Super unfortunate. And in fact, the complete opposite direction. We're going to see the full combo, 350 damage. Wow, sick anti-air into the armor breaker.
I always like to see Fujins hit that armor breaker. It's actually really tough to hit it because of the hitbox that's in the air for it. It is not easy like Kung Lao's dive kick that can really catch most of that. But again, this is a really nice spacing. We're going to see Han Rashid close in, and then it goes for the Skywalker. Beautiful punish, though, from Nicolas. Already aware of that. That is matchup knowledge at its fullest, rather.
Yeah, you could just see the confidence in that punish, and that's
Did
going to
he,
be
wait. Did he just jump out of the mid-string and then, like, gassed over?
He might have. He might have. Something whiffed for sure, and he knew that that was the moment. But yeah, this is ridiculous. This is so tough. I mean, it's not like Han has any other options to switch to. So if this is just Han play better, or there's not much else. Oh, we see U.S. Big Boy, another classic SoCal NRS player. Hasn't been competing as much recently, but still part of the crew, still part of the training crew. Infamously, a very, very strong Superman in Injustice 1. But yeah, Han needs to find an answer, and the answer isn't switch to another character. But that's so tough when you have that much experience in this matchup. I mean, you know, we've had a bunch of close matches to get into top 8, but none of these players have just been locked into one of the most knowledgeable matchups for their opponent. So this is a pretty different situation.
Yeah, also when we kind of look at Cabal, like Cabal isn't the same Cabal that was when the game first came out. This is custom, pretty much I would say upgraded Cabal as it's called in the community. Like this is a Cabal that has not only safe normals, safe buttons, but also just the fact of being versatile in the air.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, being versatile in the air, it allows more combos and different combos and conversions from things that you normally wouldn't get. That is just a one-size-fits-all move, as are most command jumps in this game, although it's certainly unique in the fact that it's air only. But yeah, upgraded is pretty correct. And hey, look, we actually get to see the selection screen. I was just saying, you know, since this came out, this is the first time that I've commentated offline people selecting moves, and I'm still not used to seeing it.
I think they might have actually selected the wrong sets earlier. So, or rather, I think Han Rashid decided it was best to switch. I think putting Warp Needle actually instead of the Windfall.
Yeah, Warp Needle and Wind Push. I think whatever it is, Wind whatever. It's a difference that really depends on the matchup, and all Fujin players know which ones they can safely Warp Needle against, and that's a huge advantage because you get a lot of free chip. Against a lot of characters in the cast, and yeah, you see, even if you convert into it, you do a lot more damage. Just because the Wind Push doesn't do like any damage, unless you amplify, then it does like a little.
Yeah, but that's a resource that you're gonna need later on down the road, and with Cabal that's doing a lot of damage, you're gonna need every second of that bar to make sure that all your combos count. So makes sense why the switch of the change, and it could work in his favor, but Nicolas is not stopping, essentially keeping Han Rashid in this corner, and the pressure just straight up showing what Cabal can do.
Yeah, you do not want to get cornered by Cabal. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Hold on. Fatal blow conversion? Yeah, going straight into it. I think that should be enough.
That would definitely be, yep.
Yeah. I always expect things to scale more for some reason, but yeah, that was very, very low life. So nice. That looks like it's starting to work out. The Warped Needle. I mean, realistically, it just has to be like a neutral that's won more honestly. We saw a lot of, like you said, like the air-to-airs are really good for Cabal, so you can't like try to go to the air all the time against them, and you can't like try to too many cancels with the Airwalker. But this is looking pretty good for Han. Han's starting to pull some things back. Nicolas maybe zoning a little bit more, and that is pulling a little bit of damage.
Yep. Okay, nice flawless walk up 3 there. Definitely want to be careful here because Nicolas has shown in the past in prior matches that he can go ahead and actually block the flawless block attempt off of the jump in. So, but looking with that, there goes the jump in into 27% essentially. Han Rashid now in the corner using the arrow to try to get the knockdown.
Yeah, I really like this choice to start zoning with the little crossbow. It's not a zoning option you usually use, but it is just that perfect angle. Oh my gosh, wow. That's going to connect. I'm actually a little bit surprised that we saw the committal to that Fatal Blow. That Fatal Blow is really good in neutral in this game, or in this matchup, I should say. You can react to projectiles, you can react to any sort of airborne movement pretty much. So just using it to guarantee that kill right there. Obviously you want to stay on, on the board, and you want to make sure that you win that round, but that's a big tool to not have.
Yeah, that was a really hard read that Han Rashid tried to do there with the wind pull into the extended string, but not able to catch it and actually getting punished, and that into like a 40% combo. And that health bar is already gone within, I want to say, like the first 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah, this is already a nearly insurmountable lead. Oh my gosh, what a conversion! And that is a literally insurmountable lead. Nicolas going up 2-0, trying to join his brother in the top 8. And I think that would not be a surprise to anybody. However, based on the ordering of this match, can we get a confirmation from production if Nicolas wins, will he play against Scorpion Prox in top 8 winners?
I'm almost feeling like
sorry,
that could potentially happen.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it's possible based just on how they're playing out. But yeah, we'll see, because that would be a ridiculous thing to set up. I would love to know just the order anyway of who's playing who, especially with Sonic Fox and Rewind both in the top 8. That could be another match too, Champions match. But looks like we're taking a little bit of time. We're gonna think about a few more strategies, gonna get a little bit more coaching. The SoCal crew, you know, not showing up super strong all the time, but definitely stick together, try to help each other out.
So I think we actually see Rashid taking away the needle and going back into the kicks based on what was selected on the custom screen.
Huh.
But still sticking with the crossbow. So it's a good choice, but definitely what I think is happening here is just the fact that Rashid is not winning that air-to-air. Nicolas has full control of this air neutral that is so like needed for Rashid in that character and in his heart.
There we go, there we go. Finally landing a hit, but the problem is that any air-to-air conversion from Cabal is like half your life, right? With this Cabal in particular with the air dash. But the air-to-air, even that last one that Han landed, it was just straight up jump kick into flying kicks, and that's not a ton of damage. So you can see that the damage really just gets outclassed. Okay, at least it catches the breakaway. That's a weird time to break away. That's like the only time you get to break away and actually use it on break.
Nice, getting a really good optimal combo there from the conversion. Nicolas is now in Fatal Blow territory. Rashid also in Fatal Blow. This is technically one hit for either of them.
Yeah, it's super scary. And the thing is, again, with that Fatal Blow, Han can't do anything right now. Han can't like commit to almost anything.
And
oh my gosh. That's another way to whiff punish. You don't need a Fatal Blow. You can just jump back, jump 2. And then, of course, the conversion from it. That is beautiful. And now we are 1 round away, potentially, from Nicolas joining his brother in top 8 winners. That would be huge. I really want to know if they're going to play against each other.
Right? It's almost like just another legendary match. Something to note from off of that last round, with Nicolas not using that Fatal Blow, still has it. So that is really good resources to have in these next seconds of the game, essentially.
Yeah, look at this. So Han already at such a life deficit. This is getting so tough. He needs to find some really big openings, and you can't just sit there and wait and zone and try to find small openings because you just don't have the life. You don't have the time.
Rashid right now actually trying to get as many hits possible. This is in Fatal Blow territory. That's no whiff punish off of that string, and that's going to be caught in a counter. This might be death. That's 2 bars a meter.
I think that's it.
And there it goes.
And that is going to be our 4th player making it to the top 8. It will be as expected. I mean, I almost want to say it's an upset to see the players that they've beaten, but after their previous 2 offline events, Nicolas and Scorpion Prox were, I almost want to say they're the favorites to win this entire tournament. I don't think that's even like that much of a hot take, but they will be both in the winner's side of top 8. They may be playing against each other. I'm going to keep trying to figure out whether or not they do. I'm trying to find the bracket on my phone and such, but we of course now also have Sonic Fox and Rewind. So those are your 4 players in the top 8 winners side. Oh, we got the bracket exactly. They're not. So that means, oh my gosh, this is going to be some of the toughest matches that they've fought so far. Each one going up against an EVO